Hello everyone, this is the Cajun Gaming Guild, Little Giant come to you today. And today we are going to do another episode in this awesome little clicker game called Microcivilization. It's found in Steam. Very, very fun game. Definitely one of my top clicker games ever played. If you try this out, you will not be disappointed. If you like clicker games at all, it's going to blow your mind. It's definitely one of a kind in the clicker genre. So anyhow, we're going to go right in. We're going to jump into the game that we had already started. Okay. I believe it was this one right here. And we just started our second civilization. Okay. After doing a little bit of meta. If you watch the first episode, you'll know exactly where we're at. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start doing a little bit of research. We're going to go right to the Warriors Code. There's no point in stopping in between because it's going to be relatively fast. And we're going to go ahead and make some people here. If you don't know how to play, you will have to first watch that first episode just to see what I'm doing. But this episode, since I've already explained everything, I'm just basically going to speed through. I'll tell you kind of what I'm doing. All right. We're just basically going to build our population at the start. That is the important part at the start while our tech is getting done. And our technology points are going up quicker and quicker the more population that we get, right? You'll notice that this is going up quite quick. It's because I am auto-clicking, not auto-clicking, I am clicking on my keyboard. I'm not actually using my mouse to click. I'm clicking with just the speed of the keyboard, which is not as fast as you could do it clicking, but it's fast enough for the way that I play, all right? I have it playing, or I have my play style based off of just using the keyboard. So that way there, I don't go too fast, don't go too slow. It's perfect the way I have it set up, all right? All right, so we finished our soldiers. We're going to go ahead and make one right away. We need a spearman so we can start doing some quests, okay? This technology here has a few padlocks on it. We're going to need to complete one quest to unlock that one. 200 population and just one spearman. So this is great news. We're going to go ahead. We're going to unlock this. What do I want first? We want this one because we want more food, people being fed per food unit. That's important right at the start. Do I think I need the money? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the money. We're just going to go straight ahead and do all that. And while we're waiting for that to happen, we have no worries at the moment. We're going to explore using the only... It's going to give us a 5% chance of trouble, which hopefully we won't run into. And you can speed up the game, but I'm not going to because at early game, you want to be able to control your food and your population and stuff easy. And the faster the game is, the harder that is to do. So it's not necessary to speed up your game. Later on, though, once it gets later game, you're going to want to do it. I do it often then, but it's because it's easier to control stuff then as well, right? So as long as you stay on top of it, it is anyhow. So we're going to get some free space here. Okay, that was done. So now we can see a whole bunch more land near us. Once in a while, you might find a resource like this right here. That is iron, all right? And if you can control that area, you can exploit that to gain auto iron, all right? An auto click iron. But the thing is you don't get that auto click iron unless you have the blacksmith unlocked. And if you don't have the blacksmith unlocked, owning this is absolutely not going to help you, all right, other than the whatever resources on that tile. So if that's a forested area, well, you would gain trees, or if that's a farmland, you would gain the farmland, all right? But other than that, you would not get the iron benefit till you have the blacksmith unlocked, all right? By the fourth run through, you're going to have pretty much all of those things unlocked and everything will be of benefit to you, okay? So now, we never did a village the last run. The reason we didn't it's because it's just not necessary the first run through. But the second run through, we are going to want to do that. It's going to take up one of our spearmen. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to take 44 seconds. We're going to make some people here as well because our population is not quite high enough for the amount of free space. Okay, we have a 35% chance of problems now. This is not good, and that's based off of this, okay? So money here, while we're researching money, you can see it says you have a risk of whatever this is, 35% chance while you're researching money, okay? Because money is not necessary to research. But if you want it, it's going to help you out a huge amount, but it gives you that 35% risk. And right now, we do not have a soldier. We're just going to take our chances, okay? Hopefully it won't kill me and bite me in the ass. Once this is done in 20 seconds, it won't matter. I'll have my soldier back, and then we'll be in better shape, okay? So we're going to continue allowing this to happen. And what does it say? 35% due to new discovery. Okay, right. So that's what it is. Apparently it causes trouble in your camp with people, so they don't like new technology. So now we've gone to visit that village. It says resolve a random dilemma card. You can wait here, let that wait for a few seconds if you want, or you can just click on it. But after a while, it will automatically open up the screen and make you do it. All right. So this means there might be something bad here. Okay. You don't know. There's usually at least one free way out. See, there's a timer on it, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. So you don't have to pick the negative one, but sometimes you want to pick the negative one to gain more stuff. So right now I could lose 40% of my food for 5 minutes. My auto-click food, I guess. But I would gain 120 gold instantly. Do I need gold? 0. If you heard me earlier or in my last episode, I told you guys that I play this game using food. That is my strategy. I go the food route. There are different ways you can play it. I do not go gold route. I don't care about gold. I'm not saying I don't use it. I just don't use it enough that it matters, especially early game. So I'm not going to lose 40% of my food for 120 bucks that I don't even need. All right. Second choice, well, you can gain 60 bucks. It's going to destroy the village and a war is going to break out, meaning I'm going to have to solve a crisis and I only have one guy right now, all right? One guy, if that 35% chance could cause another crisis, and if I get 2 crises back to back, I'm dead. There's no way I can handle both of them with one soldier, all right? So you have to be very careful for that. Or for 0.1 gold a second, I will gain 0.1 gold per second for free. Like I said, sometimes they'll give you a really good choice that doesn't give you much, but it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So we're going to choose that, okay? We're going to do that, and we're going to become their friends a little bit. And until this 35% goes away, I'm not going to do anything more on the map because I do not want to increase this number any more than it has to be. So we're just going to continue to work on our population and build some more huts up, okay? And I know my food is continuously going down, but it's not a big deal. I'm not going to die until I have better tech. Once I get a little bit more better tech, we'll be fine after that. Now you'll notice I could build Stonehenge right now. All right. But there's no point yet because I'm not planning on doing anything with it yet anyway. But I will be doing something with it this run, and I will explain it as I go. Okay. Okay. Our tech is just about done. Okay. So marketplace, village, and trade routes. So we're going to go ahead, now that we've completed a quest, we can unlock bows, which is amazing. But before I do that, because that also is going to give us a 35% risk, we're going to go ahead and we are going to research all the way up to agriculture, which is going to increase our food, and there's no risk. So we can use our soldier now to go do some things on the land. We could go visit the same village. You can repeat the quest up to 5 times, okay? And you'll notice that there's a little key. If you do not destroy this village in the first 4 times that you visit it, then the 5th time, all 3 choices will destroy the village, and usually 1 to 2 of them will give you an offer for the key, meaning you might have to fight them and just steal the key, or they'll sell it to you for a bunch of gold. But when they do, it destroys their village. Like it's weird, but that's how the game works. It used to be, when I played this game 6 months ago, that the very first time you visited it, you might have a chance to get the key by destroying the village or whatever other way that it might offer you. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do that for 44 seconds. My next tech is going really, really fast, so that's good news. We need some more huts, and we just unlocked some new technology that we're going to build up right quick here. The marketplace, we'll go ahead and build that. There we go. That's done. And we're going to leave that on right now so we can make a little bit of gold. All right. Also, we might as well go ahead and make Stonehenge now, but it's only 1.4 stone per click, and I actually have to click it because there's no auto click for stone yet. It's way too early for that. I mean, you can get it with heroes, but I don't yet, obviously. Otherwise, it would be shown down here. Okay, Stonehenge is built. I'm not going to turn on Stonehenge yet, all right? So, I might as well explain it, but I'd like to just wait a little. Oh, shit, I'm starving. Damn it, I wasn't watching. That's my bad. Did I lose there? One. Okay, so that's going to increase my agriculture, which is going to allow me to build this, which is what we need. We need this up and running right now. And we'll get some more tech. We're going to go for bows. I don't know if I actually lost any pop there. I might not have lost anybody. I think I caught it just as it was saying starving. So I don't know if I actually lost anyone. I'm hoping not. So now, we're going to need to get this food up. All right, so I'm going to work on that. Bows are already done. Wow, that helps. Huge amount. Now we need 200 population in order to unlock the rest of my tech. Or I could go fight this. But what the hell would I do that for? That would be it wouldn't be very good if I did that right now. So I'm going to just increase my population a little bit. We're going to get the hill fort built. All right. I'm not going to do it yet though, because we need more population. We're going up plus 1471 per food per second. Okay. So that's a bonus. Gain 1800 food immediately. That'll speed up the process even more. Yeah, we need to get our barracks up, and barracks is hidden in that 200 population locked area. That's where it's at, right? Like I said, sometimes it's going to be important to get everything if you want to have a stronger army. Right now my army is weak, and it's not going to get better till I get the barracks. All right, and then we could go take over some land. We could get some farmland. That would be a good idea. Right now I only have one archer, so until I have more strength I can't do that, which is why the barracks is so important. All right, so we're going to get that population. This is probably going to give me 100 at least people, so I better make sure I have enough free space. Oh no, it was only 21. It's not so horrible. Do it again. There, we have 200 pop. Now we can unlock this. I could have used the key, but in the next era, because there is going to be another era this time, one of these, and you can go look, have at least 4 hill forts. I am never going to have 4 hill forts. That's not the way I play, okay? There are ways that you can get that using heroes, etc. I will not be able to get that this run. So a key will take care of that instead, right? Will I have 5 quests completed? Guaranteed I will. So I'm not going to waste a key on this one. And this one is produce 10 stone per second or more. I may not get this one, meaning I may need 2 keys this round in order to see both of these unlocked. One of them has 4 text behind it, the other one only has 1. Well, I'm not going to unlock the one with 1 when I can see 4 different ones. I'd rather have that. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try and get another key by that village that I was telling you about. I'll see if I can't gather a new key that way. For now, though, we're going to go for copper. We're going to get that unlocked. Okay? And we need to try and focus on a little bit more housing here and people. Pickaxes 4 stone per click, so that's a bonus. My click heat is a little bit too high. I'm going to let that get down to 0. Once I get my barracks up and running, guys, we're going to expand our land a little bit too, and I'll show you how that really good. I might even explain a little more there, show you a little bit of secrets that I've learned, because it doesn't really explain it all that shit hot in the tutorial. So if you don't know, it's not really going to help you, right? So right now, this technology that I'm researching is one of those ones that increases my risk, so I better be careful for the next couple minutes here. But this is the one for the barracks, I believe. That's what I'm unlocking right now. I could get these hill forts, I guess. Might as well. Just in case. It's just extra defense, right? Okay. I like to have this number here so that it's not going up or down too fast, right? So right now it's going up a little bit faster than I like it. So we'll get that lowered by increasing the population a little bit. One more population growth of 100 to bring it down to like 2 or 3 or something in that range. So that's what we're going to go for. And then we should just let it sit there for a little bit. Okay, so we'll do that. Ooh, social crisis. Game is paused. So once stuff like that happens, and if you sped up your game like 400% speed, it would automatically slow your game down and pause it if something like this happens, because otherwise that timer would go and you'd be dead, right? So this one here, 15% minus current research. That means that a bunch of my bar would be wiped away, which sucks. 24 people would die. 24 more people, and one of your heroes will be corrupted. Okay, so you don't want that happening either. I've never had a hero corrupted. To be honest, I don't even know what it does, but I can only imagine it's not good. All right, so we have a minute to destroy this. One archer is going to destroy it completely. Right, the whole thing is white, so it means one archer is good enough. One militia is going to take a good chunk of it, but it won't win. So we're just going to go ahead and use the archer, and it's dead. We'll make a new archer right away just in case another social crisis happens. Sometimes there's rewards for winning those, and that appears up here. You can get rid of it. You can not accept the reward. So right now I can right click to reject it, or I can just click on it and it collects it. Okay, it's 15 gold. Of course I want it. But sometimes you're going to get like wheat per second. Okay, food per second for 5 minutes. 20 food per second. Well, it's all fun and games to gain your population that quick, but the problem is once you gain all that population and you get this number down to like 4.91 again, well, when you lose that 40 per second, then you're going to be negative 40 per second, because it's going to revert this number back to when the buff is gone. So I always get rid of those food buffs. I can't handle those. It's going to screw you up. I didn't used to. I used to try and handle it because it can build your village quicker. But I'm telling you right now, it causes more problems than it's worth. All right. You can try it if you want, see how good you do, and you might be fine. And I can do it. I just don't like to do it. I think it's garbage. So 10% people fed. That's better than 5%. And granary is also again, but the only thing is I'm going to lose my light unit production speed, but I don't really care. It's not that hard to get light units, so we're going to change this to 10, meaning my food production is going to go up a tiny bit because I'm feeding more people per food unit, right? All right, my research is almost done. We need more housing before that gets too full, because if it does and I don't have at least 100 space, I'll have vagabonds, and I don't want that. Okay. How many seconds? Under 1, 0. Boom. Excellent. So copper has been discovered. We can make the forester hut. We're going to do that right quick. I'm going to take a second, and then we're going to build a barracks, and that will allow us to have more archers now. Okay. Which is amazing. We need more archers. There are other ways to get men, and I'm going to explain that in this run through as well. So if you stick around, you'll get to see that. So we'll get our other archer, and we're going to get another hill fort as well before we continue too much further. And it takes a worker for that, right? Again, that's right here. You can shut it off if you want, if you don't want to do it like that. Okay, so now that we're good there, we could go to the next era. We could fight off this crisis. But if we do, it's going to nullify the Stonehenge. All right, the Stonehenge Wonder. And I want to use the Stonehenge Wonder before we move on. I just haven't turned it on yet. The reason I did not turn it on is because when you do, it's going to increase the risk factor by a little bit. It's like 15%. It's not, or I can't even remember. Is it 15%? 25%, because I have 1 for fire right now. All right. So 25% increase in problem. Okay, our huts are going up too quick, and I can't have too much more population. Right now I'm negative 0.03. That's perfect. I'm going to leave it there. We're going to let this happen. So while this Stonehenge is active, okay, because I built it and because it is active, I will gain 1 extra lotus at the end of the game. 1 lotus. Then, see, there's a ceremony happening right now. As this thing fills up, and there's only 1 charge that can be held there, which is okay. Once it fills up, we'll be able to trigger it, and it'll trigger a social crisis that's easily beat. Okay, so this one here is going to be tough. All right. 1 archer does not quite kill it. All right. And meaning if I have to do this again anytime soon with the 25%, it could be bad. But I'm not worried yet. I don't think this is going to hurt us too bad. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to use one of our special double damage abilities here. And 1 archer destroyed it. We might as well get that archer back right away. And that'll take care of that, and then I'll go back to explaining my other thing. That was caused by the 25%, okay? Oh, that gave us a hero, a level 7 hero. Perfect. We'll go check that out in a second. So, when this fills up, you'll be able to trigger a social crisis that you can usually beat with 1 archer or 1 of your light units. That's usually all it takes to win, which is good. Then it will recharge again for another 25% during that time. You can beat it again and again and again. But each time you do this ceremony, it costs you 1 extra worker. Right now, it's costing me 0 workers, okay? Because it's the very first time it goes through. But the next time, it's going to take a worker. The time after that, it's going to take 2 workers, 3 workers, 4 workers. Actually, I say it doesn't take a worker. It takes a worker to do the first one because it takes a worker for your workshop. It does for every workshop. But the next one is an extra worker, and the next one's an extra worker, etc., etc. As long as you have enough workers here, he will keep recharging, and you will gain an extra lotus at the end of the game for each time that you can do this. So we're going to go ahead and do this right now. And this is another one of the same exact thing. We're going to go ahead and double damage this again. Done. So there's an extra. So right now I have 2 lotuses at the start of, or at the end of the game. And you can see that number right over here. Ceremonies. So ceremonial wonder will grant 2 lotuses when ascending. All right, over here to the right. So we're going to let that build up again. And now we have 1 less worker. Now, you don't lose the workers. That's the good part. They're just being used for this ceremony. And then once you're done, as many workers as you can handle for this run through. So the second run through, man, I'm not going to be able to have that much population because it's hard to control everything this early in the game without better heroes, without better meta technology, etc., etc. I might only be able to get 5 lotuses this round, which is still really good. It's double what I made the first round just in the lotuses alone without the wonder, right? Because this run through, I'm only going to probably get 5 anyway, and then now I'll just double it. I'll have like an extra 5 from this. So that's going to give me 10 lotuses, if you understand my meaning. Next run through, I might be able to get an extra 2 or 3 from this. The one after that, I might be able to get up to 10. And that's how you're going to keep increasing this. Sooner or later, though, mid-game, you're no longer going to even build this. It's just not even going to be worth it, and you'll know why when you get that far, all right? Or if you watch my playthrough enough, you will get to see to that point. Okay, so we're going to go check a look at this this level 7 guy that we got. He's a new hero type altogether, so we're most definitely going to use him. 35% more wood, stone, and metal per second, auto click, okay? And 5% extra people when growing, all right? And protectionism, negative 27 risk chance of 1 highest risk, okay? But that's going to cost you 5.4 gold per second. And right now I'm only making 0.46, so I'd be in the negatives. All right. So we need our archer, and then we're going to need to have just a couple huts to make sure. Okay, we have another social crisis. We're going to use 1 archer and 1 militia. Done. Need to make that archer back. Right, done. Because we have no more double damages yet, so we have to make sure we get those back before we do the end. Like before we get rid of the Stonehenge there, we want to make sure we have all of these that we can possibly get. All right. And I mean, at 818, I could get an extra worker, meaning an extra lotus. And I may, because that's not out of control. Like, that would be controllable at that point. We got to stop constructing huts, though, because our free space is about to go into the red. We don't want that. All right, our next ceremony is complete, so we'll go ahead and kill this. We're just going to use 2. So we didn't finish it. So you've seen, without using the double damage, sometimes it can come back to haunt you. But we should be able to get an archer back. But we have no research, so it's not really going to do anything to us, right? But we still beat it before we got to the first one. Okay? And that's how that works. Oh, we gained a reward. Negative 10% risk for 5 minutes. So that's awesome. So it brings that 25% down to 15%, which is really super handy if you can get that. And you're going to find those all the time. Okay. We're going to try and get our next population up to 818 and get 1 extra lotus. I think that would be a huge benefit to me, because this shouldn't go down fast enough that we can't control it. I wouldn't say anyway. Okay, so we need more huts, though. Let those build automatically, though. I'm not going to build those with the click, because I want to keep my click heat down. Oh, I already got my next worker. So that's good news. Shut this down for a second to finish this off. This time we're going to use the double damage. Done. And this is going to take another worker. If for 1,093, I should be able to handle that. I'll be able to get another one, right? So again, this is going to continue until I can't handle the amount of population food, all right? Like, I'm having a hard time keeping this number up without overheating, etc., versus how long it takes to get these done, right? It's sooner or later it's going to be impossible. If you had like 15 lotuses, it would be negative 100 by now. You know what I mean? So you have to be careful for that, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep going up with the pop, though. I think we can handle more than this. I think we can do at least one more, just to be safe. It went down to negative 13. The next one's probably going to be like negative 17, 18. Like, it's going to be a lot harder to keep up on the food. Like, right now it's building super slow. It's almost negative 18, right? That's a lot. So we're going to chill. Just going to let a couple houses build just in case. We'll do that. So see how fast it's going down? Like, my upwards battle is going 17 up, and it's taking me down 18. So it's a good thing I can click faster than the auto click. The auto click is only every second. This I can click as fast as I want, right? So I can do 3 clicks a second. That's the only reason oh shit, and I just went and leveled up my population again. That wasn't very smart. Anyway, but yeah, that's how that works. My bad. Okay, I'm not going to do it again, though, I promise. Okay, this guy's almost done. Did I get to the next 1451? I'm not going to get to that one. I think we have enough now. So this one here is going to be done here in a few seconds. We will use a double damage. Boom. Yeah, get that archer back. Get some huts here, just in case I make another mistake. Another level 7 guy. We'll go check him out. Second. Off. What's this guy gonna give me? Cost of housing. No, I like the other one better, I think. So we'll keep what we have right now. Better get this number up to like 5,900. And we'll only be able to do one more of these ceremonies after this, and then we'll be good. We'll continue on, type of thing. Just 2 regular archers. That was good enough. As long as another one doesn't happen right now, we're okay. And if it does, I should be able to finish at least 1 archer off by then. Good. There, another guy. Julius Khan. Is that what his name was? Kiani? I given me. He's a level 70, so damage 50%. That's already good. Deal 5 damage when hit by crisis attack. Nice. But I'm going to lose 6 food per second. So now you see the pickle that I'm in. Alright, I'm already at negative 20. I can handle it, though. I think I like this. We're going to do it. Because they'll take damage right away. As soon as a crisis hits, it reflects 5 damage. Or actually, you have to like click on this to use it though, and it costs you 94 autonomy to use it. But whatever, it's not a big deal. Yeah. So continue. Got negative 27.95. But again, I can click faster than that goes down, so we're still safe. But it's getting to be harder and harder and harder. Like I said, if you got that to negative, even negative 50 would be very difficult. So you don't want any more population than you have to at this point as a game, till your technology is better. Once you get better tech, this number will go up. I mean, I could expand. I haven't even expanded yet, and I probably should just do that. I'm just trying to get this thing done with archers, but I could use one archer to go expand right now. Actually, I don't even need archers. I need workers, and that's why I ain't doing it now. So I could use my workers to expand, but then they're gone forever. All right. And if they're gone forever, well, then you don't use them for your Stonehenge. So the best thing to do is use your workers in your Stonehenge first. Once you're done with your Stonehenge and you move on to the next stage, then you get all those workers back. Then you can use those to expand your territory. And that's what you should do. / put them in your workshops, because in the next era, I'm going to have a bunch more workshops I'm going to need workers for. Probably 3 or 4 more. So I'll need 4 workers for that. And it'll probably give me like, well, there's 6 workers being used. I'll have 2 workers to expand. I'll probably use 3. And with those workers, I'll try and get farmland, which will give me more population, which will give me back workers. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, it's always a balance, my friends. Always a balance. All right. Once this is done, we will be finished with this round of the Stonehenge projects until the next run. Then we'll do it again. Ooh. There, 1 archer, $15. Heck yes. Okay, here we go. Our last crisis of this. We'll just do double damage. Done. Good, Finny. And now we are going to go and take care of the Stonehenge. Becomes obsolete. It will become obsolete. You can no longer be activated, but it'll be worth 7 lotuses at the end of the game if you don't destroy the building. Okay, because you're going to be able to destroy other types of wonders, not this run through because I only have 1 unlocked, but later you will be able to build different ones, and you can destroy any building you want. If there's a workshop that you don't like let's say you never used a marketplace, just get rid of it, and then it allows for you to build another wonder there of whatever type you want to build. But this will survive because I'm not going to get enough as is. So now we have to take care of this crisis, but I'm not doing it until I have my double damage regenerated back to full and my archer back, because without those I'm not at full damage. Level 7 guy, is this guy any good for anything? Well, he's level 7, 13% more people fed with each food unit, and risk of negative 4% risk of disease. That's good, but then I'm going to lose another 6 per second food if I take this. So we're going to chill. Not worth the 3% extra sustainment, I don't believe. So this will be good for now. Archer done. And our double damage is almost done. Then we can move on to the next era, my friends. There, we got another one. We're going to go ahead and do this. Pause the game. So this will kill 99 people. Not horrible, but the houses would be bad. So an archer does not amazing, but we have 2 double damages, so we're going to use them. Done. Very good. Finish that. Now, for the next minute, your civilization can ascend if you wish. So you can ascend right now with the amount of lotuses that you ended up getting. All right. So I could do it, and you have a minute to decide if you want to do it. But I'm not gonna, all right? Because right now, all that would give me would be, well, it'd give me 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lotuses. I think I can get 20 this run, and it's not going to take me that much longer, right? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to jump into the next era of tech, which is all new to you guys if you haven't played the game before. We're going to go, this one gives us a 45% risk chance right away. All right, that's the worst part. The very first tech of the next arrow is always a high percent. Then after that, you just have to choose which ones you want to do. But we're going to go ahead and do it. I have -10 because of this buff that I have on right now. So that's helping me out a little bit. And everything else should be okay. We'll continue doing what we're doing. So now we have our 6 workers. I guess I better get on that right now. We have our 6 workers. We're going to go ahead. We are going to expand a little tiny lot. Okay. I think there's farmland here. This. We're going to want one of the wood lots as well. So we'll take these 3 for now. Good. Won't take too long. This, and then we got to switch them over to farmland. But that's going to give us an extra 35% risk, bringing us way too high. Guaranteed stuff is going to happen. All right. So I'm not going to do that until this tech has been researched. Once it's been researched and I have that 35% gone, then I will do it. Then, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So we gained this. So now I'm going to explain something to you. So if you click on a piece of land, you'll notice that there's a little plus symbol, and it's showing that the plus symbol is coming from the place next to it. So if something next to your tile is a benefit to it, you'll see a little plus symbol, and it's good. It's very good. And in the end, you're going to get double the resource production that you normally would get. Okay, causing it to be silver. So you see a little silver hexagon on each of those 3 now. So they're all getting +4. All right. Now, if you can completely surround a tile with 6 of those hexagons that all produce the good bonus to it, villages usually give a bonus to anything next to it. It will not only turn gray, but it'll turn gold, and it'll give you a huge bonus, like gigantic bonus. And you will be blown away how fast and how much helpful that will be. So we want to try. I only have 2 archers. I am 35% risk chance, but I really need to see this land here. So I'm going to risk it for 40 seconds. Hopefully we won't get attacked more than if we get attacked at all. I don't really want to get attacked at all, but if it's more than once, I might be in a mess. One time I can handle it. I don't have any double damage though, but we should still be all right. We're gonna chance it because we need to get food production up. This -25.95 is rough. All right. So if I would have let that go any worse to try and get more workers for the Stonehenge, I'd have been taking a huge risk. All right, leave that there. That is done now. Very good. Good. Now we get to see, because see, there's farmland here, or it's field, okay, grassland. That just automatically gives you food just by owning it. You don't actually have to turn it into farmland for that to generate grub, which is a good piece of land to have, all right? We could take that over. We're going to need more anyway, so we'll go ahead and take that over. But we can't use any more workers because we're going to get a couple more workshops here real soon. So mammoths, 1 archer's basically going to take him out. We'll use a militia to finish him off. Got 48% chance. See, that's not good, friends. Not good. Am I worried? Not especially. But yeah. Okay, that's finally done. There goes the 45% now, which is amazing. We can get rid of this because we've completed 5 quests. This does not give us any percentage chance. This does. But it has to get through forging before we're going to get to that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. How fast is that going to take? See, that's going to take 3 minutes. So now would be the time to convert that land into farmland. All right, and we're going to do that. We're going to convert this for 100 at a 35% risk. Okay, and then the 3% is from claiming the next piece of land, but that'll go away in a few seconds. Perfect. So once this land is claimed, we'll do the next one because we don't want to bring this up to 70%. 35 is enough. Better bring my food up. It's getting pretty low. And that's why I say you can control it so much easier when you have a big buffer zone. But if I had like 200 food storage right now, negative 26, I'd have to constantly be pressing this button. There's no way I could keep it in between. Okay, we're going to get more food right now. So that just gave me 20 food per second for that one piece of land. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to turn this into food. This is going to give me another 20, which is going to put us into the plus again, finally, which is what we've been waiting to do. You know what I mean? And that's what we wanted to do. Because negative 6.95, I don't even have to almost watch it now. That's not enough to hurt me. Enough, anyway. So we'll get that up. And we're not going to make a third one, though. I think this will be good for this run. This should be enough. Because we're already flying along with our technology. All right. So, but we are going to need more population, though. I'd like to get to 5,000, but I don't think that's going to happen. That would give us an extra lotus at the end of the run. Okay, this will give me... We better put some more huts, because this is going to increase by like plus 15 or whatever. Plus 33. Because these both turn silver, because of the plus bonus that I was telling you guys about, right? So, as long as you're getting at least 2, you're going to turn silver. All right. I said you had to have all of them touching, but you don't. As long as you have plus 2 of them, you're going to go silver. But in order to get gold, you do have to be completely surrounded. All right. It has to be 100% surrounded by beneficial places. Okay. So that now we have 2 silver. That increased them 50%. Okay, so now they're both silver, and I'm getting 30 a second each. So plus 60 food, which is giving me plus 30, which means I have to really keep an eye on my free space right now, because I'm going to level up population faster than I make huts, if you catch my drift. So I'm going to have to help the hut building until this number lowers a little bit, and once it does, we'll be good. The only real good bonus to this, and I mean it's a real good bonus, don't get me wrong, is my research speed's going up quite fast. Like, it's going up at a good rate right now, and I'm not going to worry about that, because I'm going to level up my food so quick that it should take care of the huts. I'm not going to help the hut building right at the moment until it balances itself out a little bit, and then we should be okay. So again, you have to know when to help and when not to help. Sometimes you're just going to let it go and it'll balance itself out. All right. So that's what we're going to do right now. Yeah, that foraging has been discovered. Now we have a 35% chance for this writing for almost 5 minutes. So we have to be very careful. Yeah, there's no way we're getting to 5,000 pop this run. I don't think that's happening. Because it's not going up super speed. I'm only getting 100 people per round, and that decreases my wheat. I mean, I could transform that last wheat place. I could. Wouldn't hurt my feelings all that much. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I can't, though, because I already have a 35% chance risk now. So that would be dangerous. Once this is done, though, we could do it. Oh, we have a crisis. Yikes. Look at the damage. I barely do, well, I do damage, but it's not much for one archer. It's because I really desperately need to get my newest soldier tech unlocked in this era, right? I don't have it yet, so I'm weak. We're going to need to use double damage. I can only use 2. I have to use all my men and 2 double damages to win that. That's tough. So if I have another one of those anytime soon, I could be in major trouble. Just going to get my archers back. We're going to go collect this level 9 hero, which is very nice. See what he gives. Right, we like that. Don't really like the rest of it, though. I think we're okay without him. He's not that amazing. And you'll notice with the heroes that I'm keeping all the old ones, and there's a reason for that. You can disassemble them for parts. Okay, I know that sounds weird, but you'll gain part, and then later on you'll be able to upgrade heroes using those parts. All right, so you want to save and disassemble all of the heroes that you're not going to use, and that'll happen later. That's way lots of episodes away from now. All right, be doing that. All right, 35%. We have about a minute and 40 some odd seconds left. Hopefully we'll survive. We have all of our men back, and one of the double damage is back. Or actually, I think there was already one there. There was 3 earlier, so... Shit. Okay, that's not good, my friends. So for 94 of this, it only lasts 20 seconds, so you have to hit it before. Damage crisis by 11 over 28 seconds. Okay. And this is only going to do, how much is this? This is only 6 damage. So over 28 seconds, I'll do 3/4 of this bar in damage. So we're going to do that. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead, and it's not going to do anything till I start it, but we're gonna use the double damage. So look how much damage it's going to take. We're going to do an archer, double damage. Hopefully it'll finish it before my research. Shit, I ended up losing some of the research. Minor, but it's not good. I have no archers. I almost feel like I have to pause that. Like I'm hurting pretty bad right now. I need the double damages back. Once I get those back, I'm good. Now, this lasts 20 seconds, but you never know when you're going to have that happen, right? And that would do a bunch of damage as well. Well, 0 damage when hit. That's not much. That's 0. But this helped a lot. Had it not been for this, I might not have made that. I could do this. 7%. Yeah, let's do that. There. That's an 8% risk now. But it's going to suck my autonomy or whatever. Or no, is that gold? It's gold. We have tons of gold. We're going to waste it. What's this new hero? Level 9. Is he any better than what I have? Well, anything's better than what I have there. Reflect 5 damage that doesn't even work. So that's good. That gives my damage 20% more damage. I like that a lot. I'm going to keep that there. Oh, shit. So we forgot to shut off the huts. So we're going to just increase our pop a little more to get that free space down. Once this is done, we'll shut off the gold wastage. We're going to go ahead and, well, we might not shut it off because we're going to go ahead and expand and get some more land going here to increase the speed of our research. Well, maybe we don't have to, though. We'll see. I want to see how much research the rest of the tech is going to cost, because if it's lower, and sometimes it is, if it's on the left-hand side of what we're currently doing, it has to be lower, right? That's usually how it works. So, yeah, we'll see there in a minute. Okay, we got one of our double damages back, which is very good news. Just going to speed up the time a little bit. We should be okay. There. Okay, click on this. Writing has been discovered, amphitheater, and library. So we want the library right away. We're going to go ahead and build that with stone. It's 1,350 stone. I only gained 2.6 auto and 6.8 click. So that's going to take a bit to build, but definitely worth doing for sure. And we got a new hero too. Let's go take a look at him. Ooh, a level 12 hero. Let's see. Oh, way better than what we got. We can't not change it just by the first one alone. 33% versus 10%. I mean, hello. I don't care about the food loss. I'll gain that 6 back just by the percentage. You know what I mean? Now I'm plus 11. So, yeah, it's well worth that. We're going to have to do some more research. So we're going to have to use the secrets. I told you guys that earlier. There's no possible way I'm going to get to either of these. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to unlock both of them. Since we have 2 keys, might as well use them. Construction, that would give us an upgrade to to the barracks. It'll build a palace, which allows for more soldiers. All right, that would be super nice to have. 35%. Though that's the problem, but it's only 2 minutes because again it's going to take less time than writing because it's on the left hand side of it. All right, this stuff is cheaper than this stuff, which is cheaper than this stuff, which is etc etc etc. Right now there's my newest men right down there, bronze. So I could go down, and it would take quite a little bit of time to get here, but no risk for the first 3. The last one will give me risk, but it will upgrade my men to way stronger units. Okay, phalanx units, and horsemen. You get your first cavalry units this way too. Or I could go up and then I would be able to have more archers. All right, so totally depends what you want to do. This is going to take 2 minutes, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll turn on the gold. Where was it? Not there. We already have it turned on. I forgot to shut it off. All right, so that's good. So that once that's done, that will help immensely. We got to keep building the library. Done. Amphitheater, you could build this. Okay. I think it's absolutely useless, and so I never build it, and I'm not going to build it today. Because I don't use any of the stuff that this gives, all right, and the skill that you're allowed to use gives you a chance to find a hero, but it also gives a chance to corrupt your current heroes, and I don't want any of my current heroes corrupted, so I never use that. And it would take up one of your slots for your, and if you fill them all up, meaning you would have to destroy something to use it. Well, I don't want to destroy what I already have. This is what I want right now. So I'm not going to build something I'm not going to use. Okay, we're going to have to watch out because our population is going to go up here in a few seconds, and we'll have to put the huts back on just till I get to a little bit over 100. That should be enough. I think we're going to go ahead and expand after we get a couple archers. We have to get the palace first. So we have no percentage right now. We're going to go ahead and turn this into farmland. 35%. Oh, we must have ran out of gold. I was going to say. Darn, that sucks. Let's get our palace upgraded. We'll get some more archers. That will help out huge amounts. We'll let our gold build back up. It's not going to take long to get that land, less than a minute at this point, so we should be safe. And once this is built, we'll build some more archers and some walls. So those other types of walls have changed into a better wall that gives you 40% chance of blocking. Okay, that didn't give me extra archers. That's not good. And it's because it gives you like 75% of all units. 75% more units, and right at the time it was only 50%, which gave me the extra archer. So 75% is not enough to give you an extra archer. So that's not good. The plague, whew, that's a hard hit, friends. Not good. Not good at all. Blocks. Okay, barricade blocks next attack. Okay. 43%. And that's going to kill off 400 people. We do not want that to happen at all costs. So, let's use this. Use this. We're going to go ahead and... Okay, we need archers. Okay, we have them being built. It blocked. 50 seconds. No! That was bad. So, luckily it blocked killing the 400 people, because that would have been deadly, man. It's a lot of people to lose. Whew! That got a little hairy. We're good, though. We're going to build my stone walls back. We're going to switch this back on just for as much gold as I have it, because we're almost done. Man, that was rough. Okay, we're going to shut this off again. And now, here's the plan. We're going to get this Bronze Age stuff out, because I won't need to use that gold until it gets to the actual last part. Then we'll be safe again, all right? So we will have no risk until then if I'm careful about it. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. So 33.8 wheat per second. So we're going to have to worry about building some housing right now, actually. Look at that. 100. I'm not going to make it. Yes, I am. It's at 6,500. Yeah, we made it. So let's get to 200 to make sure that we can cover the next time that this goes up. We'll go to like 250. Then we'll go back to building walls. Okay, good. And we can build the mill. We're going to build the mill as well. Perfect. Windmill, which is going to give me plus 21 more wheat a second, which also is very good. It's not the same as the granary or the dry storage. It's a completely different workshop, so we want it though. And this is going to bring it up to plus 50, so we're going to have to be aware of that. because it's already building up really fast now. But we should be able to stay on top of it. Okay, we need some more huts before we get to that point. Okay, we're burning up, my friend, so we have to chill. Let that do its thing. I need to let this go right down to 0. Otherwise, when I add 20 to this, it'll be too much. I won't be able to handle it. Okay, one of these is done. +7 food per click. All right, let's finish off the windmill. All right, so now we have +45. This is going to open up another really cool one. So if you click this, the next ability that you use happens 2 times. All right, so if I was to click on, let's say, this and the archer, I would use 2 archers. You understand what I'm saying? So it's pretty friggin' slick for that. And this, so if I did this, then I did, oh sorry, if I did this, then this, and then I did the archers, I would hit 2 archers at not necessarily double damage, but one of them would be, I think. So that's like super helpful stuff right here. Right? Or if, let's say, you needed twice as much food, like you needed a boost of grub or a boost of wood, you could hit this and, well, it's going to do it twice, right? So it's pretty handy in that sense. Okay, I think we're almost to our last bit of research, and we only have, well, we're going to have 2 double damages back. So I think we're going to try and scrape through the 35% once it gets there without using our gold. And if we fight one time, we'll have to throw on the gold and hope for the best. That's what my plan is. Okay, what do we have here? Another level 12 is 36%. Granaries recharge faster. And marketplaces recharge faster. That's handy. What that means, those recharge fasters are these skills on top of them. So that means the one on top of the granary, so the food, just the straight up food, would be recharging faster. That's all that means. And the same with the marketplace one. This just gives you straight gold, which I should be using. Hello. That would increase my gold, right? But it didn't give me anything. Convert next ability. Shoot. So I'm just going to convert that, and that, because I'm not using those. So that just gave me 90 some odd gold. Bam, just like that. That helps huge. And this is not the last one. It's the one after this that's going to trigger the 35%. So we are going to go ahead and do one other thing before that happens. I was hoping I might have time to do this, and I do. We're going to grab one more piece of land. Actually, we're not going to. We're going to use this one. For 25%, 2,500 food, we're going to convert this to a village. And I'm going to show you what this is going to do. 45 seconds. I'm going to turn this on just to get that percentage down. And you're going to be blown away at how handy these villages are. All right. What this does is it allows you to have more men, soldier men. And you're going to see that in a moment. And again, the same thing works for this. If you can have a bunch of one village surrounded by a bunch of things that benefit it, you'll get more. You can have like 20 friggin' archers, if you did it right. But then if you do that, then you don't have the farmland to support your people, etc., 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 right? So you have to, it's just about balance. Like I said, we're going to shut the gold off. I think we can handle it for the last 10 seconds here, or 5 seconds, whatever it is. And now that we have that, we can handle more archers. Okay, we can actually get 4 more archers just like that. I know it sounds weird. It's because it's silver, right? We turned it into silver because 2 things are benefiting it. So now we are getting a lot more extra men. All right, because it gives you +1 archer. And then now, because there's the benefits of the adjacencies, we're getting more for those. So we ended up with +4 in the end, which is amazing. Well, it's not necessarily that gave it the +4, but because this gives you 75% more units, that is what transferred the extra archer in there. All right. So that's slick. That's a way that you can build up your army so that you don't have to worry if you have weaker men before you can get the good stuff. So now with 6 archers, I'll be able to handle that 35% now with a lot less problem. All right, which is good. Very, very good. 6 seconds on this, and then we're going to go into the Bronze Age, which is great. Sustainment. So now that just upped my production of grain a lot because 25% more food feeds, or like you can feed 25% more people with one grain, right? So that's just increased at a huge amount, which is good. Not complaining. We are definitely going to be able to get to 5,000 pop, I think, this run, though, which will give us an extra lotus in the end. And the bronze is flying right through now. It's awesome. Couple of minutes and we're done. So you could convert the next ability to 226 autonomy, but there's no point. Okay, so we have a crisis, but now that we have all these extra archers, we should be okay. Hoping. We'll go ahead and do this. Took all my archers, guys. But it's because I did not want to waste my double damages, but I ended up still wasting them. That's tough, man. So we really need to turn this gold on and get that percentage down until our Bronze Age is here. Once our Bronze Age is here, it's going to blow your minds on how much stronger you're going to be. And that's why it's important to do this. Try and get to this as quickly as you can. And I'm basically doing it last. I did everything else before this, which is probably, but I survived. It's not like it killed me or anything. But if you're not used to the game, you might die. So just be careful. All right, here we go. That's finally done. Great news. Now we're strong. We are powerhouses at this point. We can upgrade our sawmill to a lumber mill now, and that'll give us more wood. We can upgrade our marketplace to a forum, which will do that. And now we can unlock the blacksmith, which is going to give us metal. All right. And you are going to want to do this before you get your horsemen, because horsemen cost 3,000 metal. And right now, your click is probably only 1 per second, which is insane. You know what I mean? So don't do the horse until you get the blacksmith up. All right. We're going to go for the lumber mill because it's not going to take too long to get. Oh, I have to stop clicking. And we'll get some more tech going. All this stuff does not hurt you at all. None of it does. Right up. Usually the middle stuff does not. Right up until the very first one of the next thing. So we can go straight to mathematics and hit the button and not have to worry about anything for a little bit. Okay, so that gives us time to build up our lumber mills and all that stuff. All of our buildings that we just unlocked. And we're going to unlock a couple more, I think, before we get there. I think there's an upgrade for... I think we're actually going to get the granary. And this already got upgraded. This is already at max, but this is getting upgraded now. We'll get an upgrade for the marketplace. And I can't remember if there's another one or not, but you're going to see here in a minute. Get this going. We don't have time to play because our population is not gonna. I don't have enough free space, so we need more huts before it gets to 6,500. I'm just trying to get this, so this will increase the amount of huts that I get, right? So this just opened up another building for me. I don't know which one yet, though. The cottage. Okay, so cottages are nice. They give you 50 capacity for people, but they cost stone, and I don't. My stone is not high enough yet. I'm going to have to put the huts on, but because I just upgraded this, I don't even have to click on it, and I'm building huts super fast now. But I still need to get there before 6,500, so we need to get to over 100. We're good. A1. I'll just help it get to the next 100, and then I'm going to back off because my clicking heat is getting up to, yeah, almost 150. We'll back off for a few seconds, and we'll see what that does for us, friends. 4,000 people, though. We're definitely going to hit the 5,000 mark. I figured we would. At the start, I wasn't so sure, but now we're definitely going to hit there. We have another hero, level 12. This guy's a little fancier. So 100% damage. So that's a huge 6% chance of war. So minus 6% and food per second. So, and adds 3 to plus 3 to base damage. Heck, did he? Yes, this guy's really good, actually. So we're going to put her, Susanna. Put her there, and that's going to help huge amounts. That just increased the strength of my army even more. So what damage? 40 to 48 damage these things do. My archers are doing what? 10? Like that's the difference in the technology, right? It's insane. I love it. Okay, so our huts, I think we're doing pretty good on the huts. Let's go back to the forum. I want to try and get this out as quickly as I can. So see how slow stone is? I'm only getting 6.8 plus 1.4, and that's if I'm clicking. If I wasn't clicking, 1.4 per tick is not friggin' much, all right? And we just unlocked the fortress? What? Oh, yeah, the fortress is found. So sometimes it says you're unlocking stuff and you'll be like, well, where is it? Where's the fortress? Well, it's not in here, it's in here. So those are like if you want to build certain things, like I say, you can do the quarry on hills. You can do mines on hills. Well, fortresses can also be built. Okay, and if you click on it, so this I could turn this into a forest instead of a farmland. If I want to convert it back to a forest, let's say, I could, or I could make it into a village, and then like the fortress would be an option on the hilly areas. If you're on a hill, you can build fortresses. Okay, instead of a quarry or a mine. Let's continue building this. We're going to have to switch back over to huts here in a second, though, because we're almost at our free space. Once this goes back up 1 point, we're going to have to convert. Okay, let's go back and do a little bit of that. So, we got that all controlled. Let us go back to the forum and try and get that built. Roads, so 50% trade route cargo and the quarry. Woo-wee! I like the quarry. So the quarry is handy to have right away if you can build it. We're going to go ahead and do that because that allows me to get more of you'll end up getting more stone per click, and if you've unlocked, so like I told you earlier, you can unlock, like this here would give you iron per auto click. Okay, auto click per second, and I think it would give you 20 or 10, or it depends on the node. I can't click on it because I'm not adjacent to it. So if I control this place, I could click on it then, but I can't right now. And so every time that you exploit it, and you can exploit it like 6 times, 5, 6 times, it costs you gold and a worker. But once the worker's done, you get him back. And then all of a sudden you get all this auto click bonus for iron. And there's one for the stone, there's one for the wood, there's one for the gold, there's a bunch of them. They're all hidden everywhere in here. It's just you have to find them. And sometimes you're not close enough to them to make it worth it. Like this one would be worth it, but I don't need it. If I did though, I would make my way up there and get it. All right, but I just don't need it for this run. It's not going to be hard enough that I'm going to require this. But that iron node would be handy to recruit horsemen, right? So it is good to have. It's just not necessary to have. So quarries would increase this number based off of any stone nodes that you found in that map that you've exploited. All right. So if you've done it 5 times, you'd be getting like plus 50 auto stone per second. Like it'd be crazy amounts. All right. But it costs you a lot of money. It's not cheap to do that either. So that's where gold is going to come in handy. And that's about the only time I use it is to exploit those resources. All right. Other than what you saw there earlier. But I won't have to worry about stuff soon. Like I won't have to worry about my men not being strong enough. Once I get a little bit higher level and some better heroes, I focus on making sure my men are always strong. All right, that's how I play. Okay, so blacksmith next, I think. I don't. Well, we need some more free space actually, so we'll go ahead and do some more huts. My heat, my click damage. I'll just let that build on its own. That's why I choose the huts, because wood is faster than stone right at the moment. Is it? What did I end up getting? So it's plus 10. That went up like plus 8. That's not horrible, but it takes 150 to make a cottage. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll just keep it on huts. We're starting to balance out our food here versus this, so it's getting to be better. It's not horrible. Aqueduct. So now we have the granary that we can unlock, and we are going to just want to make sure I have enough living quarters. So we'll do this first with the granary. And I think this is going to give me plus 12,000 storage space. Or it'll bring it up to 14,000 total, I think, or something like that. It's nice to have. 1970, here we come. Okay, now what did that bring it to? Yeah, 14,000. So now it's going to take a bit of time to fill that up, so we don't have to worry about our free space for just a few minutes. So we'll go ahead and unlock the blacksmith. And I'm not going to click on any buttons because my heat was getting up. There's probably at least at about 100 or, well, no, it's gone down pretty quick. There, build that up, build this blacksmith up. And then with the blacksmith, we can finally start working on horses, and we should have enough time to get a horse before this fills up. That's the plan, anyway. And I probably can have 2 horses, if I remember correctly. Yep, I can make 2 horses. Look at the damage those puppies do. 200 to 460 each horse. They take care of every problem, all right? But the problem is they take forever to make. So you may run into trouble if you're depending on horses. It takes, a minute sometimes, depending, or more. It depends on how fast you can actually bring in the resource for that specific type, like the iron. Okay, we're done. So all we have to do now is this crisis. But before I do, I want a horse. I'm going to get 1 horse, at least 1 horse. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to let it auto. So right now I have plus 10.8 from the blacksmith that's giving me that. Yeah. 8 from the blacksmith, sorry, and a multiplier from the hero. So 10.8. And then if I was to click, I'd give it an extra 8.1, but you can still see how slow it is. It's not super fast. And if you're depending on that, I've seen crises happen back to back to back, like within 10 seconds. 3. And if you have 3 big ones, you just died. Because 1 horseman's only going to take care of 1 of them. Then these might take care of the second one. Well, what's killing the third one? Not these, I can promise you. These things suck. They're just there as like a last resort, like in hope that you might win. And these do upgrade too as well, but it's just the upgrades for the militia is super rare. It's not as good as the other ones. All right, and you will get better horsemen down the road too. It's good. These are like your heavy units. They, like I said, they become tanks in like the modern age. It's friggin' slick. And I think these guys become riflemen. Okay, so look, we're not even to 1,000 yet. Right, that's a huge difference. I'll help speed that up though. So if I was to go up there and grab, we have 3. We have 3 too. Why not? Might as well show you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and claim this. It'll take 45 seconds. We're going to be done this episode here soon anyway, so I might as well at least get up there and show you. By the time I get there, it'll be good. 1 horseman down. We'll chill out with the clicks. This will... Okay, that's done. Claim this land. 1 minute and 8 seconds. So you can see how I regulated my food, right? Because when I upgraded this, it went from 6,000 to 14,000. Well, it's going to take forever at 12 a second to get there. So it allows you some breathing time that you don't have to worry about housing. You don't have to worry about food. It's going up. It's not going down. Meaning you can chill and this is the time where you want to work on the horsemen and the stuff that you weren't able to build. Sometimes you're going to get to points for like 10 minutes straight where you will not be able to build anything but housing and food. Because of these numbers are so unbalanced, and it's usually caused by, overexpanding too quickly or something like that. Okay, we claimed our land. So we click on here and we hover over. It costs us 1,000 or 1,125 bucks. And it's going to also cause 35% risk and a worker, but it'll give me plus 10%, plus 10 iron auto click per second. All right, huge bonus. And you can do it 6 times. See, it says repeatable quest, 6 left. You can do it 6 times. So that means you could have plus 60 to your iron here added to this, which would be plus 70.8, which would be way faster to get horses, like super fast. You wouldn't even have to help. Like right now, I have to help to speed it up, but you would not have to help. And I'm not going to wait around for $1,100 because that's going to take forever. But later on in another run through, when I start making money faster, and I will, once I get better tech, I will, then we'll be able to show you guys that more like clearly. But at least I got to show you what it looked like. It'll be up to you to actually do it. All right. The closer those nodes are to your main village too. So see how this is like 1, 2, 3 spaces away. It costs more money. If it was here, it'd be even more. If it was here, it'd be basically unbuyable. Like up here, unbuyable. That's way too far away. Right. But if it's close, so like if I built my village and right next door was one of those things, and it happens, that becomes quite a bit cheaper too. Like you can get it for $500 the first couple rounds. So it's way better to do it, but you're not always going to have that luck. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. Right. All right. Let's help this last horseman, and we are going to finish this age. And we could probably just do it now, but we'll finish him off. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's see what this does. Kills 2,444 people. And you have about 30 seconds to get there. Not even. I wouldn't even say that's 30 seconds to get to that point. That's how crazy this is. One horseman, though, potentially, if it's a max hit, can kill 3/4 of this line, if you understand what I'm saying. So if I double damage a horse, killed it. Done. Like I say, super powerful. But imagine if you had to do that with these guys. It would have taken all of my men, and I might not have won. Right? Those horsemen are amazing. Okay, so we just got a level 14 hero here. 120 damage, extra people when growing. Yep, this guy's Annetta here is way better. So we're going to use her. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle all of these extra guys that are all way too super low level at this point. Just to clear out my inventory. And we are going to go ahead and do this and see how close we are to making some more lotuses before we end. Because if we're like really close, like obviously 5,000 population, I'm going to do that. I wouldn't not do that. So we'll use some of this just to get it up there. There, free space 7. Oh, we have 522 vagabonds, so I think I overdid that a little tiny bit. Well, we'll get rid of them, but we have 5,100 population now. So we're at 5% risk, though, for that many vagabonds. It's not horrible. It's not like the end of the world. There's no penalty to have them other than the risk factor. So as long as you get rid of them quick enough, you should be okay. So now, wonder levels. So that's the bonuses I got from the Stonehenge. At 10,000 people, I would get another Lotus now, and that's a little bit too far away for me. Not really interested. But autonomy is almost at 5,000. We're going to definitely let that happen. And actually, I could speed that up by doing this. Bam. Already got there. All right. So that's an extra one. I just got like that. 2 more crises would be another one. That, though, I can't really control unless I increase the percentage a crazy amount, and I'm not really going to do that. Workshop levels, technologies, I cannot control those. Okay, that's based on how far along in the eras you are, and so it's always locked at whatever era you can get to. All right, so this is the best you can get. Obviously, the further you can get, well, the more lotuses you'll get each time. Quests, so I could control that. So it's 7 more quests. I could get another one. Still not worth it though. And gold, at 1,000, I could gain one. How much is this going to give me? 96. I could get 300 gold just by clicking on this and getting rid of like stone that I'm not going to use, and wood that I'm not going to use, and more wood that I'm not going to use. So that gives me 960. So if I wait, 25, 30 seconds, that'll be at 1,000. That will give me another one, and then we're going to call it good. My vagabonds are all basically all soaked up into the population now. We've taken care of them. They're all fed, and that's good. And once we hit 1,000, we are going to ascend and get our a good chunk, 15, 21 lotuses. That's really, really well. Really awesome. Never lost any guys. I thought I caught it quick enough that I never died. I don't like. It looked like I was gonna lose some, but I ended up catching it on time. So that's a bonus. Okay, we got our 1,000 gold. Ascend and reset. Awesome. Yep, no deaths. Perfect. And then it's going to give you your breakdown, friends. 21. That's wicked. Let's go spend. I like spending. So we're going to go to this as soon as we can, meaning we have to go through auto combat. Oh, no, we have to go through this first. Auto construction, auto combat, starting autonomy, and we want this. Auto research. That's what I went for directly. That's what I shoot for. All right. We want an extra key, and that's going to suck up all of our friggin' lotuses just like that. All right. So it doesn't look like I did much, but that is going to all help me out incredible amounts. Yeah. That extra key, whew, you have no idea. At this early in the game, it's like I had a couple. You're going to get one no matter what at the start. This will give me a second one for free. And then if you go take over one of those villages, you can get extras that way. It's not like you can't get them. It's just, it's so much more relief if you don't have to worry about it. Because if you end up with four that you cannot unlock, you're not going to be doing so good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start the next one. I'm not going to do that this episode, though. I'll just show you guys again. Let's take a look and see where we can start that. This looks like a good location. I like to have a lot of. So what I look for normally in a location, I need a place where I can build all of my farmland, and I always like to have seven. The the six around the one in the middle, and I usually try and do all of it farmland. That's probably not this run through, maybe this run through, but it's usually going to start in the fourth run through. I'm going to definitely start doing that, and I'll do it every time from that point on. And I might even have to expand and do more later once you get bigger civilizations, right? And then I always put my village off to the side, at least one, and I like to be near mountains and hills, okay, just in case I do want to move out a little bit and get some quarries and some mines and some fortresses and some whatevers, right? But I also want some more woodland near all of this so I can get a couple of villages so I can get extra soldiers, right? Again, it's all about the balance. And if you're on the edge of the map like here, well, it sucks because now you're forced to only go one direction. There's not much around you. You know what I mean? Um, so you want to try and be somewhere in the middle, like you know what I mean. I wouldn't want to be even up here in this edge. I want to be in the middle, so that at least if you wanted to expand over here, you could eventually. It would take you quite a while, but you could do it. But here, your only choice is to go one way, and it limits everything. So you're always better off to try and start somewhere's in the middle. All right. So this should be a good place. We're definitely going to take farming again. That's what I always take. We're going to get the free key again. And we're just going to go ahead and start. And you're going to notice one thing. I have auto um, research, but it's not turned on yet, but it's going to be in a second. And you're going to notice that everything is going to start doing its own thing right away. So again, auto construction, auto combat, and auto research. I would not turn them all on because you're only gaining one of these per second, and these are all going to give you negatives. Okay, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but it is. So I always keep on just the research permanently, and look, it just bam, it went right ahead and did that. There, look at that, easy. Okay. But anyway, I showed you guys a little taste. That'll be the next episode, though. If you guys don't mind hitting the like and subscribe buttons down below, it'll help me out immensely. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next one.